just because you know the method doesn't necessarily mean that you can pick out the nuances of the wine and decide what it tastes like and things like that. You pretty much have to understand the grape, where it comes from, things like that. Even though you understand the tasting process, in the end you still have to understand the grape to pick out some of those flavors even before you start, because you almost have to know what to expect in certain wines. This is part of our bar, and there are a couple companies that make these things, and this is what makes our bar fun. Okay, they have them in a couple other places in Columbus, but you don't see them everywhere because they're actually quite expensive. And we have 3 of them that hold 4 wines each. I've seen some that hold 6, and I think I've seen them up to 8. There might be more, I don't know. But it's a computer-generated program where you purchase a wine card, and that wine card will go into this slot, or this slot, or this slot, based upon which machine you're using, and you then can get 1, 2.5, or 5 ounce pours, which is a full glass of wine. Okay, wine, you would start with your white dry, moving to your white sweet, then you go to your red dry up to your red sweet, if you have a red sweet. For example, if you wanted to taste a port, which is a fortified red wine as a rule, you would taste that last, because if you didn't, it would destroy your palate for everything else. You go from your lightest to your heaviest because it affects the way every wine tastes. If you went with the big one first and went back to the white one, you can't taste it, okay, because there's so much light sweetness. So I would try the Pecorino, the Maramiero first, then the Chardonnay, and then the Riesling if you're going to taste all 3 of them. To see if it's cloudy, to see if there's something wrong with it, to see how pretty it is.
Some wines are high in tannins, which causes them to be bitter.
The use of wine tasting descriptors allows the taster an opportunity to put into words the aromas and flavors that they experience. These can help assess the quality of the wine they are tasting.
Balanced, incorporating tannins, acid, sweetness, and alcohol. Big, a wine with intense flavor or high in alcohol. Heavy, a wine that is very alcoholic with too much sense of body. Smooth, soft tannins leave for a pleasing texture. Finish, the sense and perception of the wine after swallowing.
Sweet wines typically carry a long finish. Drinking a dry wine with a short finish, following a sweet wine with a long finish, will almost always leave the dry wine tasting sour.
Aggressive, a wine with harsh flavors, the opposite of smooth. Zesty, noticeable acidity and usually citrus notes.
The #1 law for learning wine.
#1 law.
Taste, 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 and then taste.